Electoral and Boundaries Commission, IEBC, now says all voters will be identified electronically through the Kenya Integrated Election Management System, KIEMS, on the 9th of August. And there will be no hard copy of the voters' roll at polling stations. The electoral body also addressed concerns over the transmission of results in areas that aren't served by a 3G network, saying that the commission will issue satellite modems for the exercise in affected areas.
This is a mock polling station. On Election D-Day, this is what you will be required to do. Polling centres will open between 6 a.m. and 5 p.m.
The voter will be required to produce his identification document, and especially the document that he used to register as a voter. If it was an ID, he should be able to produce an original identity card. If it was a passport that he used for registration, then he should be able to produce the original passport. Once he produces it, then he will be required by the clerk to have his fingerprints put in the KIEMS such that his details will appear. And once his details appear and they are matching and they are agreeing with the details in the ID, then he will be allowed to proceed now to have the ballot papers.
In an effort to lock out ghost voters, the IEBC will not use a hard copy register of voters at polling stations. Voters will strictly be identified electronically using their captured biometric data. Each KIEMS kit will be loaded with a digital register of voters, and a QR code will be used to access the voters' data for the respective polling station.
You realize that the ballot papers have the same colors. They match with the leads of the different elective ballot boxes. Once he's done with casting his vote, he will be required now to be marked his small left finger.
Priority to vote will be given to the elderly, persons with disabilities, mothers with infants, and political candidates.
Now, if they are not able to read and write, a voter can also come along with a person to assist them. And that person can only assist once. If they do not have somebody to assist them, the presiding officer, who has already taken an oath of secrecy, can also assist that person to vote, but in the presence of the agents who are there.
Voters are asked not to wear political party colours to tallying centres. Once voting is done for the day, counting of the votes will begin. It will not be possible to make copies of the ballot papers or the results forms, as they have unique security features.
Do they have the IEBC stamp? Do they have the IEBC security features?
IEBC plans to use satellite modems to transmit results from 1,111 polling stations that lack 3G network.
In terms of transmission, the Commission will only transmit the results for the presidential election. At the polling station, the presiding officers will not declare winners. They are only going to announce the results they have obtained from the 6 positions.
Electronically transmitted results are only used to generate a provisional tally, with IEBC required to verify physical statutory forms before declaring the outcome of an election.
The consolidation of the presidential results will be done with or from the respective Form 34As and the respective Form 34Bs from the constituencies. And it is that will now generate Form 34C, which will be the tally of the presidential results from all the polling stations and all the constituencies.
4 candidates have been cleared to run for the presidency come August 9th. They include Raila Odinga, William Ruto of the United Democratic Alliance, Agano Party's David Mwaura, and Roots Party George Wajakoya.
That winner of the presidential election will be offered a certificate in the form of Form 34D.
The Commission has, by law, up to 7 days to announce the results of the election. Lillian Muli.